You see, if you have an opportunity but you don't have a vision, you are useless. You are like a swimming pool without water. I'm not an opportunist, I'm a visionary. I don't think only for today, I think for tomorrow. I reinvest my craft.
You better make sure in the next season of your life that the person who walked away from you know what they're missing. You better do something with your life. You better do something so strong and so big with your life that they have to sit on the couch and say, that's the one that got by. Man, I should have just stayed in there a little bit longer. I should have been a little more patient. I should have prayed a little bit harder. Do something with your life that makes them regret turning you away and turning you over. That means getting better and not
Put
bitter.
your fucking head down and you put in the work. And you ride the wave, and you have the disappointments, and you spend the late nights, and you have the heartbreak and the heartache, and then things change, and then you think, this didn't work out, and I got betrayed, and why didn't they recognize me, and damn it, I've worked hard, and now I got to start all over, and you have all of that, but if you keep going, and you keep going, eventually you will look up one day and be like, holy shit, this is exactly what I was meant to do and what I was meant to discover. Yeah, my business plan said I was supposed to go over here, and I ended up over here because this is what I was supposed to do. But without this business plan, I never would have gotten started. The business plan was but a dot on the map of my life, connecting me to where I'm
Four things you need to know before you go out into the world. You remember these things and you'll be the best person you can be. First, look at this pencil. We know that in order for it to become a useful pencil, that from time to time, again and again, it's going to have to go through a resharpening. Well, if this pencil could feel, we could imagine how painful that would be. But that's what it takes for it to be a useful pencil. Life is much the same. Painful experiences and challenges come to us all. But it is through these opportunities that we build character and we grow. Second is to keep in mind that we'll be able to correct many of the mistakes you make along the way, just like this eraser. So if we learn from our mistakes, they're not mistakes. They're lessons we can use to do better the next time around. And third, just like this pencil, every place where you are used, so to speak, you leave your mark. You're writing your own story. And fourth, always remember, the most important part of you is what's inside.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you could go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what.
I don't think it's about whether someone's right for you. It's whether you both want to make it right. There is no perfect person. There is no perfect partner. There's only the person that wants to make it work with you and the person you want to make it work with.
You cannot stop. You cannot give up. You cannot quit. You cannot give up. You need that momentum to break free. When a rocket is flying out towards the moon to escape the atmosphere, it doesn't fucking pause halfway up the sky, does it? No, it keeps going. You are the only person who can make this work, and you're also the only person who can fuck this up.
Remember, nobody really wants to see you be successful, especially if they're not attached to your success. Most people that you are around, it could even be your own family. Most people you are around, why would they want to see you successful if they're not going to be a part of it, and then they feel like you are
I don't have anything to prove. I know who I am. I'm a very self-aware person. You know, so when you're self-aware, even when you're dealing with someone's ego, you allow their ego to live in its own space. When you engage that energy, that's when there's a problem. If you engage the ego with your ego, then it's like, okay, now something has to happen. It could keep escalating to a level that can irreversible, you know. But if you don't engage the ego, if you know how to manipulate or play around with the ego, or
that's
that
weird in
energy,
itself to people.
and you give light back.
Two philosophies that I really lean on. One is you can't give people with the least amount of information the most consideration.
Yeah.
I can't consider people and their opinion of me who have the least amount of information about me. The second philosophy, and I've said this many times, I'll say it again. If you live for the cheers, you will die by the booze.
That's right. That's right, man.
I don't ask nobody if you like it or don't like it. I don't accept no opinions. I think that's the key to my success. That I never accepted anybody's opinion, even if it was good.
Sure. Kanti, this is how the real world is, you know? So even when I started earning money, I bought a car that I knew that, okay, if the YFM gig goes, I can still maintain this car.
True.
You know what I mean? So even now, like, I just drive a simple car because I just need a car to get me from point A to B.
It's functional.
It's functional, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I almost gave up. There was an episode I did with DJ Spoo where there wasn't, I couldn't see the light.
Yes.
Like, the money I had was depleted. The following wasn't growing. It was just more financial.
Yeah.
The passion was still there. It's broadcasting. I love broadcasting. But I'm not a materialistic person, man. I'd rather spend money on memories. So for me, I'd rather spend 100K to take me and my friends to Neisner, for example.
Sure.
And then we just have fun, then create memories, you know? Because I believe, like, you know, when you're gone, no one remembers the materialistic.
You see, if you have an opportunity but you don't have a vision, you are useless. You're like a swimming pool without water. I'm not an opportunist, I'm a visionary. I don't think only for today, I think for tomorrow. I reinvest my craft.
So I can't turn my head off, wishing these memories will fade and never.
Whatever they decided I couldn't do is exactly what I did.
What is your favorite sound?
Laughter. Why? Because people laugh when they're happy. And going back to what I said in the beginning, I think personally that's what we're searching for. As it's a human race, we're just looking for happiness.
Every man and woman should ask themselves, if I didn't have X and Y, would this person still be with me? You know what I mean? And sometimes not even financial. It's like, shit, if I lost my legs, or if I fell ill right now and lost my curves and my body as a woman, would this man still be with me? You should honestly look at your person and say, would they be here if everything was gone? And can I be honest, right? Brutally honest, there's a part of me that also says, if someone leaves you because you've lost everything, then so be it, really. You know? To me, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Then they weren't real, you know? And everything that we've been through and that I've done is never a thing of trying to keep you. It's a thing of sharing what I have.
100%.
It's not trying to keep you. And if I've lost that and I realize that, oh, that's what was keeping you, then
If you want to be successful tomorrow, it's impossible. If you want to be successful a year later, it's impossible. But if you want to win 10 years later, you have a chance.
If you didn't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. And if you didn't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s. And if you didn't make it in your 40s, you can make it in your 50s. And just remember Grandma Moses. She was a painter. And she didn't start painting until, I think, in her 80s. And one of the most prolific painters.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
Never
So
too
have
late.
fun. That's what it's all about.
Listen to people. And if you allow people to project their fears onto you, you won't live. What if I believe those people